This is the new Galaxy Z Fold Special Edition, or simply SE. It's the most expensive Samsung smartphone ever and is only available in Samsung's home country for a very limited quantity. I spent 40 minutes with this new foldable device as soon as it was announced, and I'd like to share my thoughts and availability in other countries. First of all, the size has increased quite meaningfully from Z Fold 6. The cover display grew by 0.2 inch. Although it doesn't sound like a lot, it feels like a significant change. It's noticeably wider and a bit taller, which makes it closer to the Passport aspect ratio. And this improves user experience significantly because it was hard to type on the cover display of regular Z Fold models due to the narrow aspect ratio. It's never been comfortable to hold regular Fold models with both hands, but with the new wider aspect ratio, it's definitely more comfortable to hold this device with both hands, and it feels like a proper smartphone or Passport. And the main display is now 8 inch, which is 0.4 inch larger than Z Fold 6, and is the same size as Pixel 9 Pro Fold. It doesn't have an under-display camera, so there is an ugly, humongous black hole on the display. It feels like a downgrade from the Fold 6 just because there's a punch hole on the display, which Fold 6 doesn't have. UDC, or under-display camera, on the regular Z Fold model isn't perfect, but it hits hard when I see this black selfie camera hole on the beautiful 8-inch dynamic AMOLED display. The Fold SE got thinner by 1.5mm when folded compared to Fold 6. 1.5mm doesn't sound like a lot, but when I was holding the device in my hands, it felt much thinner. According to Samsung, the glass shows less crease, and yes, the crease is definitely less visible. You can still see it from a certain angle, but you gotta actively look for it to see it. But it's still glass, and glass breaks. Isn't that right, Zach? It's a fragile substance by nature, or at least gets easily dented in this case. The thing is, I found that somebody already left some indentions on the main display, and the Fold SE doesn't support the S Pen. This could be a deal breaker if you use the S Pen, and Samsung didn't put digitizer to make it thinner, so S Pen doesn't work on this display. Then let's talk about the camera. The main camera received a massive upgrade. The Fold SE is the first Samsung foldable smartphone with a massive 200 megapixel sensor. The camera lens is more protruded than Fold 6, and you can clearly see it here. I couldn't test the camera enough to talk about the quality of the image, but it was pretty good. To give you a better idea, S24 Ultra has the same processor and the same number of pixels in the main camera sensor as the Fold SE. And I think the camera on the Fold SE is as good as S24 Ultra. Fold users have been complaining about not having the best camera, although the Fold models are more expensive than S24 Ultra. But with this 200 megapixel main camera, the Fold SE finally nailed it. And the Fold SE is only 3 grams lighter than the Fold 6. It's impossible to feel the difference in real life, practically. But when I held this phone with my hands for the first time, it felt surprisingly and noticeably lighter than the Fold 6. The thing is, it felt so much lighter than I thought, I had to check whether it was a mock-up. And the color is very simple here. The Fold SE comes in black color only. Black Shadow is the name, sounds like an assassin, and it looks luxurious with vertical stripes on the glass back. So all in all, the Fold SE feels like truly upgraded, next level Fold, but it actually lacks some stuff that Fold 6 has. It doesn't have digitizer, so no S Pen support. There's no under-display camera, so there's a horrendous punch hole on the beautiful 8-inch display. But it's noticeably bigger, thinner, and it feels lighter with 200 megapixel main camera sensor. Moreover, it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM, which I think should be expanded to other smartphones these days as daily tasks get more demanding. Samsung also made the price very special because it's special edition. It is 2,789,600 Korean won, or around 2,000 US dollars at today's exchange rate. But to be more realistic with the price in terms of US dollar, Fold 6 with the same storage size in the States is priced at 2,000 bucks. If the Fold SE were released in the States, it has to be more expensive than the normal Fold 6 because the Fold SE is undoubtedly positioned higher than the Fold 6. My baseless guess is it will be around 2,400 bucks in this US market after adding up like 20% more premium. The way I see it is packed with the most recent technologies, and if you really want to get this, I think 2,400 bucks is not outrageously overpriced if you really want to get it. As the price shows, the Fold SE is not made for the masses. It's more like a product for the tech enthusiasts like us. Only 500 was initially planned to manufacture, and it was sold out within 3 minutes on the release date. I succeeded in placing an order but found out that there was something wrong with it, so I canceled it to place a correct order again. But it sold out immediately after I canceled it. Thankfully, Samsung decided to produce a bit more, and on the second release date, I was driving at the moment when I received a notification that it's available again. I quickly pulled over and tried ordering it, but it was sold out again. I eventually put my name on the waiting list at a local Samsung store, but they didn't seem to be confident whether they can get me one. So given how limited quantity that Samsung is selling the Fold SE, it is not only a special edition, but also a limited edition. And check this out, look what I got. I got my SE and I'm so excited to do my review. And I'll come back with it in about a week, so please subscribe and do not miss it, please. It will be much appreciated. Thank you. I guess there's lots of things you guys want to know more about this phone since it's packed with the latest technologies, and we might see the new technology that is applied to the Fold SE expanding to other foldable models, and it's the most expensive Samsung phone ever with very limited supply. Not only that, most of you who are watching this video probably cannot buy this phone because it's exclusive to Korean market. But why though? Why did Samsung release this phone only in Korea? The launch and the release of the Fold SE makes me ask why in many ways. Oh yeah, and by the way, there's a new Samsung foldable that is launched in China right around the release of the Fold SE, and that is Fold SE based Fold model without keeping the name Fold SE. It's a China exclusive model. Samsung could have launched this globally and took the money from more people if making money is the only thing that they care about. I think there are more complicated reasons why Samsung is not launching the Fold SE in the global market this year. Maybe Samsung wasn't sure whether there is enough demand, or they just wanted to make the special edition really special by limiting supply and distribution. But I think these are main reasons why the Fold SE is only available in Korea. First, launching a product in a company home country is a lot more easier than in a foreign country because Samsung has a well-established and extensive logistics system in Korea. It's not only easier, but it also costs less. Samsung Store is everywhere just like Apple Store is everywhere in the States, and using those retail stores doesn't cost that much to distribute. Not only that, Samsung has lots of easily accessible service centers across Korea. I bet there's gonna be some Fold SEs that will come back to Samsung Service Center for repair. It's not that the Fold SE will fail, but with this level of new technology involved, and when we think of the fragility of a foldable device in general, some of the devices will be serviced. By fixing those units, Samsung will figure out what parts cause problems, and this data will be very useful for future product development. And this sounds like Samsung is not selling a finished product but a prototype. 500 units plus a bit more is definitely not a prototype number because it's too many to be a prototype. But at the same time, it's also definitely not a mass production either. I think Samsung maybe wanted to see whether there is enough demand for very expensive phone that is packed with the most advanced technologies. Testing in a smaller market with a well-established logistics system clearly costs less than testing in a bigger market. So instead of going for mass production for everyone, they are releasing a small number of units. Since the market reaction was explosive and it sold out very quickly in Korea, I think Samsung will launch Fold SE or a new type of foldable device in the global market in the coming years. In a nutshell, the Fold SE is undoubtedly a special edition in every way. Fully upgraded camera sensor, new aspect ratio, bigger size, lighter weight, and the number of units produced and sold. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!